people, it's your girl Adeola. How much is it again? 153 million. Father! $153 million. That is how much they found inside 3 accounts that belongs to Madam Alison Madueke. Hey, madam, not only you waka come, eh? Meanwhile, millions of people are suffering. But why am I even surprised? Since $20 billion disappeared under her nose the other time, and we've all seen the $18 million house that she built in Abuja, and let's not forget about the bulletproof gym. But the only thing that I don't understand is why the government is not pumping all this recovered money into the economy. Imagine not getting paid for a whole year. Millions of people have lost their jobs. People with children to feed, we're recovering millions of dollars every now and then. But why are we not using that to pay workers' salaries? And speaking of salaries, can you guys believe that Oyo State has not paid polytechnic lecturers for 10 months? 10 whole months. So the lecturers have been on strike for 8 months, and I don't blame them. They have children to feed, no be so. So students were protesting, and can you believe what the governor said?
Thanks for pay after 8 months. A minimum to school uni. Tó bá jẹ́ pé bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe fẹ́ máa bá mi sọ̀rọ̀ nìyẹn, ṣe rí gbogbo ohun tẹ́ bá fẹ́ ṣe ẹ lọ ṣe. Ṣẹ́gbọ́n.
What kind of nonsense is this? Ẹ má ṣe ẹrù bọ́ wọn jọ.
Some of you, ó yẹ kẹ́ ní little respect for constituted authority. Tí ìwé mi bá dẹ̀ wá bí 8 months of what? Èmi kọ́ lọ ti ti school now. So what?
These students are too gentle. Hey, Walewa o, Emi Aluta. Back in the day when I was in school,
if you come here and you are shouting at me, I'm not going to talk to you.
Father!
This government will not tolerate nonsense from anybody.
No. I said, hey, don't beg me. You want to see my trouble? Don't beg me.
What is school?
Ajumobi, so he wants students to be begging him. These students have been sitting at home for 8 months. Their future is at stake. Life is passing them by. He's talking about respect. Is any of his children affected by this strike? Imagine if this man's children are sitting at home for 8 months. What do you think he would do? I would not be surprised if all of his children studied abroad. At least I know that the youngest one was at Waldenham School in London. During elections, these people, they will be begging students to vote for them. No be so. As soon as they get in power, they don't have any sense of responsibility or accountability for the people that got them into office. This whole idea of respect is what is destroying Nigeria. One cannot say the truth or fight for his or her right. They will say that you are being disrespectful. How can you respect a government that doesn't respect its own people? To think that this man studied in America at some point in his life baffles me. Acting as if you've never stepped outside Nigeria. Is this how governors outside Nigeria talk? Nigerian governors so full of themselves. You earn respect. People don't just respect you. But you know what else baffles me? Move closer. Nigeria wants to shut down the Abuja International Airport for 6 weeks in order to renovate the runway. I'm so sorry. Has anyone ever heard that they closed down an airport for renovation, as in to completely shut down the airport, especially when there is no other airport in town? Father! Only in Nigeria. Imagine if they closed down JFK for just 1 day, or not talking about 6 weeks, or Heathrow Airport in London. Just imagine for 6 weeks, so in the name of renovation, haba. So they said that they would spend 6 weeks to renovate. Me, I don't believe them, because whenever they said they would spend 6 weeks on something in Nigeria, they always end up spending more. I may be wrong this time around, but until I see it with my korokoro eyes. I mean, since when have we been renovating the airport in Port Harcourt? But thank you, put up photo, you're that for. To not be September 2012, thank you. Since 2000, this airport has been under renovation. Please, when you have time, read the article by Ruben Abati. You know, that airport became a grazing field for cows. People were bringing in their cars to teach each other how to drive on the runway. Today, it is back in service, but the renovation is still not completed. In fact, it is now known as the worst airport in the world. Can you imagine that the worst airport in the world is located in Nigeria, the giant of Africa? The same goes for Owerri Airport. It's been under renovation since the time of Madam Stella Odua. Of course, you know, that madam chopped a lot of renovation money. Allegedly, no, please don't quote me. It is business. Allegedly. So why are we now trying to shut down the only airport at the Federal Capital Territory? The only one. They want people to be flying in and out of Kaduna. Wait a minute. What if the president wants to go abroad? He also has to go to Kaduna for Okay, so what about if presidents from other countries are coming to visit us in Nigeria? They have to touch down in Kaduna, Nigeria. Okay, so never mind. So first of all, Kaduna is 3 hours drive to Abuja. No, so that is assuming the road is good. But the road is not good. And you know the funny thing? They are about to start renovating the same road. They're about to start renovating that same road. So there is no road because when they start renovations, there will be huge traffic. So there's no fast route to Abuja or Abuja to Kaduna. This past Tuesday, the Federal Ministry of Power, Works and Housing announced that the federal government has approved the contract of renovating the Kaduna-Abuja road. They said that it will take them 50 days. I don't get it. Why can't they either renovate the road first before you shut down the airport so that there won't be traffic on the road, or finish renovating the airport so that people can use the road during the renovation and then you can walk on the road because you still need to fix the road. These people tire me. Keep in mind, by the way, that they told us in 2013 that they would repair this same Kaduna-Abuja road with 28 billion naira. 2013. That is more than 3 years ago. No, so now they want to do it in 50 days. They didn't do it for 3 years, but now they will do it in 50 days. Now, the main problem is we only have one runway at the Abuja International Airport. This is supposed to be an international airport. Just one runway for both local and international flights. They were supposed to construct a second runway in 2010, but the federal government revoked the $423 million contract. They said the money was too much. So since 2010, that was like 7 years ago. 7 years. So for 7 years, we are using one runway, and it did not occur to us at any time that someday we would need to renovate this runway. Seriously, come on, are you kidding me? By the way, my dear, what is the plan for the workers at the airport, people that are working there? You think they will just tell them, go home, we are renovating the airport? Do you think they will be getting paid during the renovation, or you think they just lost their jobs with that? They are probably not even thinking about those ones. So I see the senators complaining, they don't want to be driving to Kaduna. They said, no, don't shut down the airport. They don't want to be driving to Kaduna. It's not as if they care about how this would affect the common people.
The Federal Ministry of Aviation must think outside the box. Either they reconstruct in phases or divert flights to the local airport while the longer runway is being renovated.
Wait a minute. Do you know there's only one airport in Abuja? Which local airport is it talking about?
Divert flights to the local airport.
They're just trying to make sure that their own lives, their own schedule will not be disrupted. It's not like they care about Nigeria. But maybe this is actually good for our senators. Maybe they would now have a taste of what it's like for us, the common people, to drive on these roads. And maybe, hopefully, they will start pushing for the road to be fixed on time and other roads as well. So you understand? Either way, I hope that the Nigerian aviation can look into alternatives so that they won't have to shut down everything because they want to renovate. Last year alone, 2.2 million people visited this same airport. So telling millions of people to fly into Kaduna or telling all these airlines to move their operation to Kaduna is so insensitive. Don't you think they can work at night like they do here? Sorry. You know how they fix roads here in America? They work at night. We probably don't have stable electricity to power their work at night. They will probably need to get generated. Okay, but you know what? Maybe they have flights coming in every hour of the night as well. So maybe it's not possible. I don't know. But if anybody knows what they can do rather than to shut down the airport, please put the comments below. Now, to be honest with you guys, this airport itself is a disgrace. Both the one in Abuja and the one in Lagos. For the giant of Africa, are you kidding me? The other time there was total blackout at the Lagos International Airport, as in total blackout. If you had candle that day, you would be a hero because people would run towards you. I was so embarrassed. People were calling me from all over the world. We heard that your airport had total blackout. I said, Father! I said, Lord, please take away my shame. A long time ago, I showed you guys some airports in different parts of Africa. I think we should refresh their memory. Call it the world. You have any photos from Tambo International Airport in South Africa? Thank you, my boy. Thank you, father. Why? This airport, by the way, is connected to the Hull train. And I'm talking about the train that takes people to different parts of Johannesburg and Pretoria. Oh, we have not even gotten there yet, my brother. I think you need to look for something not that sophisticated. Linking train stations to airports. Look at you. Look for something simple. This is better. This is another airport in South Africa. God bless you. By the way, let us move to Zimbabwe so that people can be wowed. They just opened a new airport in Zimbabwe, the Victoria Falls Airport. Hey, Zimbabwe, this is an airport in Zimbabwe. Even Zimbabwe. Sorry, my Zimbabwean people. It's not like I'm looking down on you. It's just that Nigerians believe that we are the giants of Africa. But sometimes we need to be reminded that other African countries have passed us. They've left us behind a long time ago. Look at this airport in Zimbabwe. By the way, do you have photos from Jomo Kenyatta International Airport? Thank you. You're that for my people. This is Kenya. Actually, you know, see, this same airport was on fire in 2013, 3.5 years ago. Look at what Kenya has done with father. This right here is Kenya. And what are we doing in Nigeria? I know some people will say, Adeola, you are not proud of your country. I'm like, shoo, I beg. Maybe you need to step out of Nigeria at least once so that you know that it is only in Nigeria that you get to the airport and you will be drenched in sweat. Every other airport I go to, I will be freezing because of the air conditioner. I was drenched in sweat. I said, hey, what is this? It was as if the world has ended. I said, Lord, remember your girl and take away my shame. Just take away. It is very, very disgraceful. You guys don't understand. You don't understand. The airport is the first thing that people see when they visit your country. A lot of people will just judge the whole country by their experience at the airport. But having said all that, Nigeria is a great country. You guys should come and visit. Don't come to Abuja, by the way, for the next 6 weeks. We are renovating our airport in Abuja. But you can fly into Kaduna and then you drive to Abuja. It could take you between 2.5 hours to about 6 hours, depending on the construction going on the road. But besides that, Nigeria is a beautiful country. You know, great people, great food. You guys are always welcomed. You guys, you guys know I don't know much. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real. So Ghana was in the news twice last week. Chale, how can a whole renowned lawyer plagiarize his inaugural speech? I don't get it. President Nana Akufo-Addo. My father. Yeah, welcome to this program. Congratulations, by the way, on your election. You know, I do well. This man plagiarized former American presidents Bill Clinton and George W. Bush in his inaugural speech, word for word.
I ask you to be citizens.
I ask you to be citizens.
Citizens, not spectators.
Citizens, not spectators.
Citizens, not subjects.
Citizens, not subjects.
Hey, Mama Africa! Mama, you guys should just stop embarrassing me. Stop embarrassing your girl.
Americans have ever been a restless, questing, hopeful people.
Ghanaians have ever been a restless, questing, hopeful people.
He don't do. I know you like things like that. It's enough. We've seen what he did. But why? No. I'm really disappointed. I'm highly disappointed. Didn't this man study abroad or work abroad or something? Why can't African leaders talk to people from their hearts? I'm not saying that you shouldn't hire speech writers, but sit down and write something from the bottom of your heart and then give it to speech writers to make it better and warn them not to plagiarize. And then you should also double check and cross check sentence by sentence if need be, in order to make sure that they did not plagiarize. If they had gotten started early, they could have done that. We elected you president. The least you can do is to talk to us from the bottom of your heart. Happen. You know, the day I become the first lady, whoo, for that, I cannot wait. Give me my speech. I already wrote my speech, by the way. Where is it? You know, just talk to people and keep it short and sweet. There is no need for lectures because as soon as the ceremony is over, nobody remembers what these people talk about. No, so the only thing I remember from Buhari's speech 2 years ago was when he said that I belong to everybody and I belong to nobody. That's the only thing that I remember. But on a serious note, though, African presidents need to learn to inspire people with their speeches. And please stop plagiarizing. You are disgracing us. If you need a speech writer, call me. Everybody knows my number, 522. Everybody knows I'm on speed dial. Just call me. I can link you up with some people, some good people, very good people. Just stop embarrassing me. By the way, the communication director apologized on Facebook. He said it was not intentional. He said that the president did not just quote Clinton and Bush, but that he quoted other people as well, like J.B. Dankwa, Dr. K.A. Busia, and Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, and the Bible, and that he gave them credit. And I'm like, that's fine with me, baby. You know, just give credit. If you had said something like the former U.S. President Bush once said, nobody will have any issues with you if you do that. And speaking of Ghana, did you guys hear that the outgoing president wanted to remain in his official residence? The one that he occupied while he was president? Why are all this happening, from my beloved Ghana? Why Ghana? You want to kill me in 1 week? He wanted it as part of his retirement package. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry, but these people, they will not kill me. Mr. Maham, he not do well. Anyway, the man wrote a request to the new president's party asking to remain in his residence and to use a state bungalow as his office. He was vice president before he became president. So the whole time he was president, he didn't move to the presidential villa. He stayed at the vice president's residence. So now he wants that as part of his retirement package. The only problem is that's where the new vice president is supposed to live. So he started telling people that the opposition has agreed to this, and I was like, only for the opposition party to come out and say, no, we did not agree to anything. So he had to write a formal letter to withdraw his request. Just imagine. Okay. First of all, that's just wrong, okay? Second of all, that's wrong. It is wrong. And number 3, who does that? If every outgoing president has been claiming their residential villa as part of their retirement package, there will be nowhere for incoming presidents or vice presidents to stay. I guess he did not think that he would lose the election, but regardless, the election was at the beginning of December. You had a month to either renovate your old house or buy another house. I beg. And leave that aside. The man knew that an election was coming. Everybody knows that an election, it's a gamble. You may win, you may lose. So you should have prepared for in case. So just in case. African politicians, they like to get on my nerves. I beg. You guys know I don't know much. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real. So for rapid news of the week, one man in Nigeria was spotted at the wedding with 2 female escorts, each of them tied to a dog leash. So it's like he was parading his dogs at a wedding. No. Please, don't. Oh, Tidiwere. My main beef is not even with the attention seeker. He calls himself Pretty Mike, by the way, a Lagos socialite. When a guy calls himself Pretty Mike, you know that something is wrong. His real name is Eze Nwali Nwogu. He's 30 years old and he owns a club with his brother in Lagos. And the guy has lived in Texas before. Do you think he can try this at a wedding in Texas? And of course, I blame those girls. Like, seriously, how much is he paying you? How much can a guy offer you for you to turn into a dog? Hey, what is this word turn into? And this is not his first time, but I also blame the people at that wedding. Benny, hey, Dobby, we go scatter everything. But I'm glad that the police arrested him. Hopefully that will be the end of such menace. And for my good news of the day, ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for my brother Ahmed Hussein, a lawyer and a community activist in Canada. Canada just appointed this man as the Minister of Immigration, Refugee and Citizenship. Yes, sir! A former Somalian refugee, Ahmed moved to Canada in 1993. Come on, having an immigrant as the head of immigration, now we're talking. That is a country that is genuinely interested in having immigrants. Imagine if an African immigrant is in charge of the US immigration. Ooh, snap! That would be crazy and great, Or if they should appoint a Mexican immigrant. Ooh, snap, as the head of immigration in America. Really? I think if that should happen, I think we will address a lot of immigration reforms that we've not touched in years. Let me know what you guys think about this, appointing an immigrant as the head of immigration in Canada. But congratulations to my brother. We're so proud of you. You guys not know much. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real.
Growing up in Kenya, my sister and I were very close. But like any sisters, we fought a lot. She always got new clothes, and I always got hand-me-downs. Now she's putting her children through school in Kenya. We still fight sometimes, especially when I send money for the kids. I tell her, buy some clothes for the younger one, and we both laugh.
With nearly 500,000 locations, our app and online, this is moving money for better.
Alright, y'all, it's been real, and I'm keeping it real right up in here. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Until next week, I'm gonna see y'all later. Peace out.